So for those of you who are maybe unfamiliar with Golden Eagle luxury trains, we are the world's leading provider of long distance luxury rail journeys. And we've been operating now for over 30 years. We specialise more in the remote and exotic destinations like Russia, Central Asia, China, and of course India that we're talking about today. We've got two flagship trains. The Danube Express is one of those in Europe, and the Golden Eagle, which is based in Russia. But what we do in India is we charter the Deccan Odyssey train, which is a 5-star train, and we use that train to design our own unique itineraries that we operate. And the Darjeeling Mail is one of those. Now, the Darjeeling Mail we operate in February and December each year. And Mahesh Ramnani, who's joining us today from his home in Delhi, is one of our exceptional tour guides that we have on this journey. And we're really pleased that he's going to take us on this virtual journey through northern India on the Darjeeling Mail tour. So I'm sure you'll enjoy his presentation. We thoroughly enjoy all of the presentations he does for us on this journey. So please get involved, send us your questions in the chat box below, and we hope you enjoy. So over to you, Mahesh.
Thank you, Natasha. So namaste to you all from India. I welcome you all in this webinar. So today we are going to talk about this amazing tour called the Darjeeling Mail Tour by Golden Eagle Luxury Trains. So before we talk about our itinerary, I would like to tell you briefly about my country, India. India is the second most populated country in the world. We are over 1.3 billion people living in this country. In terms of area, we are the 7th largest country in the world. We cover an area of approximately 3.2 million square kilometers, and it's the world's largest democratic country, where we have over 800 million electorate. And when it comes to our land frontiers, we cover the distance of 15,000 kilometers, and when it comes to our coastal frontiers, we cover the distance of 7,500 kilometers. When we talk about our neighbors, on the northwest we have Pakistan, in the north we have China, Bhutan, Nepal, and our eastern neighbors are Myanmar and Bangladesh. In the south, we don't share our borders with Sri Lanka or Maldives, but they are our southern neighbors. On the west coast, we have the Arabian Sea. In the south, we have the Indian Ocean. And on the east, we have the Bay of Bengal. So talking about our itinerary on our Darjeeling Mail, we take you from the west coast of India, Mumbai, and end up our tour on the east coast, Calcutta. During our tour, we cover a distance of over 3,600 kilometers or over 2,200 miles. We start from the state capital of Maharashtra, Mumbai, on the west coast. We take you further up into the state of Rajasthan. The name literally means the land of kings, Rajasthan. We start with a town called Udaipur, which is in the south of Rajasthan. From Udaipur, we take you to Jaipur, the pink city of India, which is also the state capital of Rajasthan. From Jaipur, we take you to New Delhi, the national capital. And from New Delhi, we go to the city of the Taj Mahal, Agra. From Agra, on the train, we go to Varanasi, one of the most holy cities for the Hindus. And from Varanasi, we go to Darjeeling. And from Darjeeling, we fly you to Calcutta. So these are the cities which we cover during our tour. And in fact, we cover 5 different states in this country. So to start with, the city called Mumbai, which was formerly called Bombay. This is also called the financial capital of India. In the picture right in front of you, you can actually see the iconic Taj Mahal Hotel, where we are booked to stay 2 nights as we start our tour in the city of Mumbai. And right in front of the hotel, we have this historic monument called Gateway of India. This was built to commemorate the visit of King George V in the year 1911 to India. So during our sightseeing tour of Mumbai, we also give you a boat ride experience to visit the ancient Elephanta caves. These caves and the panels in these caves are dedicated to the third god in the Hindu trinity, Lord Shiva. These are rock-cut caves and amazing when you are there because they are UNESCO sites. Talking about the date, we are talking about 5th to the 8th century AD. So these caves were carved out between 5th to the 8th century AD. We come back to the city of Mumbai. During our sightseeing tour, we stopped at Victoria Terminus, which was built in 1888, but now it has a new name called Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminal. This is also a UNESCO site, but what it looks so calm outside is actually a very busy railway station. And you'll be surprised to note in this picture right in front of you how busy the local trains in Mumbai get when over 7 million commuters every day from their home to their office workplace, they commute on these busy trains. And this is the scene during the rush hour at the railway station and on the trains, as it is the most popular mode of public transportation in the city of Mumbai. So not everywhere you see this busyness. There are certain quiet places in this busy city of Mumbai. We are in south part of Mumbai, one of the posh residential areas called Malabar Hill. About how expensive the property here is, it is said that the property prices here are as expensive as Manhattan. So you can get an idea about the high property prices in the city of Mumbai. But this is a city where you can see beautiful examples of coexistence. As this is a financial capital, we also have the residence of the richest Indian, Mr. Mukesh Ambani. The residence is called Antilia, a 27-storied building with a helipad on the rooftop. And on the right side, you get the insight into the interiors as well. But not very far from this impressive building, a residence of the richest Indian, we have shanty towns. It is said Mumbai has the world's second largest shanty towns. And not, as you can see in this picture, the coexistence, as I say, is a way of life in India, the slums and the skyscrapers of Mumbai. So that is a part of life in my country. This is the picture of Marine Drive, what you're looking at. And in the evening, when the lights are on, this section, which looks like a crescent, this is also called the Queen's Necklace. During our sightseeing, we also give you some culinary experiences as well. So we take you to a very popular seafood restaurant in Mumbai called Trishna. Visit to Mumbai is incomplete without seeing the Dhobi Ghats. This is world's largest open-air laundromat, and these cubicles which you see right in front of you on the left side of your screen, these are the cubicles where the washermen wash the clothes and then dry them on the rooftops. We also visit a museum dedicated to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. This is called Mani Bhavan. This is actually the house where Gandhi used to live whenever he would visit this city of Mumbai. We also visit Crawford Market, which is known for its wholesale fruit and vegetable market. Some of the sites inside this market are like this. We are just trying to capture some of the glimpses to give you an idea how we Indians transact business, and it is purely entrepreneurship. Dabbawalas. You might have heard about this unique food delivery system, which is said to be the oldest in the world, 125-year-old. These dabbawalas are so professional that even the students from Harvard University come down to Mumbai to interact with these people to understand the time management skill. And the food which is being cooked in the kitchens of the homes is brought down to the office table of the people by these dabbawalas. It's a unique food delivery system we have in Mumbai. So after the sightseeing tour, we arrive at the station Victoria Terminus or Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminal to board our luxury train Deccan Odyssey, and this is our home on wheels for next 7 nights. So this is a reception at the station. So from the busyness of the city of Mumbai, we take you to a small town in southern Rajasthan, Udaipur, the city founded in the 16th century by Maharana Uday Singh. So in India, when you hear the names of cities like Udaipur, Jaipur, we immediately know that these cities were founded by the Hindu kings because Pur as a suffix in Hindi language means a city or a town. And when you hear the names of cities like Shahjahanabad, Ahmedabad, immediately know these cities were founded by the Muslim kings because Abad also means a city or a town in Urdu language, which is a mix of Persian and Hindi. So these pictures are of the local women taken right outside the temple door. During our sightseeing tour in the city of lakes, we give you an interesting experience of a boat ride on Lake Pichola, which is a man-made lake. This is one of the ghats called the Gangor Ghat. Ghats are usually the banks of the river or a water body or the steps leading to the water body. The city palace view from the boat on boat ride. While we are having the boat ride, this is the view you get of the whole city palace, which is actually the residence of the royal family of Mewar. So post-independence, the royal family has opened some of the sections for the tourists to come and see and get an idea of the bygone era. This is seen from some of the buildings inside the big city palace. On the right side, you can see the mirrored room, which has mirrors all over the place. So in the evening, when they would light a few oil lamps, that would illuminate the chamber. And on the left side top, you have one of their sleeping chambers. Then on the lower level, you have what is called Mayur Chowk or the Peacock Square. Another spot, very important part of the city palace complex is a visit to the Crystal Gallery. It is the world's largest private collection of crystals from FNC Osler and Company of England. It was a king called Maharana Sajjan Singh who ordered all these artifacts, but unfortunately before this consignment arrived in India, he passed away. So this is on display. You can see tables and chairs, sofa sets, beds, all done in crystals in this crystal museum. From Udaipur, we take you on the train to the state capital of Rajasthan, Jaipur, which is also called the Pink City of India. Interestingly, Rajasthan is said to be a state where 60% of the state is desert region, but it's one of the most colorful states we have in this country. In Jaipur, we drive you to different monuments, but as you can see in this picture, these busy streets of Jaipur are not only the right of humans, but even the cows have the right of way here. You can see elephants, cows, bulls, camel carts, and bullock carts on the streets of Jaipur. During our sightseeing tour, we make a photo spot at this iconic building called Hawa Mahal or Palace of Winds, which was built in 1799 by Maharaja Pratap Singh for the royal ladies so that they could see through these windows the beautiful processions taking place on the streets of Jaipur, but without being seen. Hawa Mahal, the Palace of Winds. We also take you to the fort called Amber Fort. Jaipur is a city founded by a king called Maharaja Jai Singh in 1727. And before he founded the city of Jaipur, the royal family of Jaipur used to rule from this fort called the Amber Fort, a 16th century fort, and the town called Amba, which is 11 kilometers or 7 miles north of present city of Jaipur. We also visit an observatory built by Maharaja Jai Singh, which he built in 1727. Certainly, you have the astronomical purpose of this monument, which is called locally Jantar Mantar, which literally means believe a lot in astrology. So these instruments are also used for making horoscopes. Right behind the observatory, you can see a little tall building that is the city palace where the royal family of Jaipur lives even to this day. Here we have a picture of one of the impressive marble gates on your left side inside the city palace complex. And as you can see, there are two marble elephants installed right outside the gate. An interesting story about this is that when Maharaja Man Singh II was blessed with a baby boy, he was so happy. So in order to commemorate the event, he installed these two elephants. But he was so happy to be blessed with a baby boy that he supplied a lot of champagne to his guests. And the nanny nicknamed the baby boy Bubbles. So Maharaja Bhavani Singh Ji is still remembered among his family and friends as Bubbles. He had only one daughter, so while he was still alive, he adopted his grandson, who is now the present Maharaja of Jaipur, Maharaja Padmanabh Singh, a 22-year-old young man and an eligible bachelor. But just to let you know, at the time of independence, these royals, when they joined the Indian Union, they were allowed to use their titles. But in 1970, an ordinance was brought in the parliament, and with that ordinance, the titles were abolished. But in their respective cities, they're still addressed as the royals. So next picture is of Maharaja Man Singh with his third wife, Maharani Gayatri Devi. She was voted as one of the 10 most beautiful women on earth by Vogue magazine, and she was a very progressive lady. She founded a girls' school in the city of Jaipur after her called Maharani Gayatri Devi School, and she was also a very palace. And when we talk about our tours with Golden Eagle, we just don't talk about visiting monuments, forts, and palaces. It is also about experiences. So we have a gala dinner in the grounds of this beautiful, impressive Rambagh Palace, which is now converted into a hotel. From Jaipur, we take you to the national capital, Delhi. Delhi includes both new and old, and this city is said to be built and destroyed or abandoned 7 times. And right in front of us on the screen, we have 2 pictures of 2 impressive buildings from Sir Edwin Lutyens' New Delhi. The one on the left was built as the Vice Regal Lodge, and the last occupant of this building was the Viceroy Lord Mountbatten. But post-independence, it is called the President's Palace, and our president lives in this building. This presidential estate covers an area of 330 acres with 340 rooms. And the arch on the right side is India Gate. And unlike the Gateway of India in Mumbai, which was built to welcome King George V. This is a war memorial built to commemorate the death of 90,000 Indian soldiers who died fighting along with the British in World War I and the Third Afghan War. During our sightseeing tour, we take you to some of the World Heritage sites, and this is the first city of Delhi, dating back to the late 12th century, Qutub Minar complex. Minar means a minaret, and Qutub is the name of the person who built it. We have had 600 years of Islamic rule over this city and 6 Muslim dynasties which ruled over Delhi from 1192 till 1857. So Qutub Minar, this is also a World Heritage Site. And during our tours, Darjeeling Mail, we are covering almost 11 World Heritage Sites. And just to tell you that even the city of Jaipur is a heritage city now. This is an impressive monument, the first monument built by the mighty Mughals in India, called the Tomb of Humayun. This was built in the 16th century, and it is called the predecessor to the Taj Mahal in Agra. This is a tomb to the second Mughal, built by his wife Bega Begum, and the 5th Mughal, Shah Jahan, built the Taj Mahal in memory of his beloved wife in Agra 80 years later. So during our sightseeing tour of Delhi, we also give you an interesting food experience at this restaurant called Veda, where fusion Indian food is served. And as the quality of food is really good, but even the interiors are very impressive, as it is designed by a very famous Indian designer. We drive you around the impressive Red Fort, which was built by Emperor Shah Jahan, the emperor who built the Taj Mahal in Agra. This 17th century fort, though it's a very historic monument, but still enjoys a great political importance in my country, because on every 15th of August, which is our Independence Day, we have our Prime Minister coming to the ramparts of this fort and hoisting the national flag and delivering the speech to the nation. From the Red Fort of Delhi, we drive you to the memorial to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. This is called Raj Ghat. The Hindus like to be cremated on the banks of a river, though Gandhi was assassinated on 30th of January 1948, exactly 5.5 months after independence in New Delhi. But the following day, he was cremated on the banks of the river Yamuna. And it's a very simple memorial to a man who lived a very simple life with an eternal flame lit, but no ashes are buried at this spot. All the ashes went into all the important rivers and the seas of the country. So from Delhi, we take you to Fatehpur Sikri, southwest of Delhi, and just 37 kilometers outside the city of Agra is the deserted capital of the great Mughal Emperor Akbar, a 16th century city built by Akbar, but soon after he built it, he used it only for 5 or 6 years and then abandoned it. When you read it in the history books, most of the time you get the reasoning given why he abandoned it is the water shortage. But to my mind, this is a marvel in red sandstone, another World Heritage Site we visit during our tour. From Fatehpur Sikri, we take you to the city of the Taj Mahal, Agra. When it comes to the Taj Mahal, it is said the color of the Taj changes at different points of the day. So we make 2 visits to the Taj Mahal, one at the sunset time and another at the sunrise time. So adding to the experience of the city of Agra, we also offer you breakfast at a vantage point called Taj Khema, from where you get the view of the Taj Mahal and enjoy your sumptuous breakfast. We also visit a fort, another World Heritage Site. This was built by Emperor Akbar in the 16th century, 1565. As you can see, Fatehpur Sikri and Agra Fort, they are all built in red sandstone because it was easily available at Fatehpur Sikri. And interestingly, sandstone lasts pretty long in my country because it never frosts in the city of Agra or Fatehpur Sikri. So it lasts longer. But the color red comes from the ferrous content in it. It is certainly a soft stone, but the Mughals enjoyed using red sandstone and combining it with the white marble from Makrana. From Agra, we take you to Varanasi, one of the most holy cities of the Hindus, a city which is said to be alive for last 4,000 years. This is the city of the holy Ganges, the city of Lord Shiva, the third god in the Hindu Trinity. And this city is also called the city of salvation. So the devout Hindus like to come to the city and have a holy dip in the holy river Ganges at least once in their lifetime. So when we talk about Varanasi, it is all about experiences. I personally feel no words can actually explain you this city. You have to come here to experience it. So on our tour, we take you to the river at sunrise time for the boat ride. And talking about experiences with our Golden Eagle trains, we also invite guest speakers on our train who give lectures on the train. We have had former cricketer Padam Shri Mr. Farooq Engineer. We have had authors like Sir Mark Tully and Mr. Christian Woolma. And on this tour in February, we also had a yoga guru, Yogi Kamal. And here you can see him doing the sun salutation on the boat. We also make offerings to the river Ganges, these candles which are surrounded by the marigold flowers. We light these lamps and offer to the river Ganges and pray for the world peace. Varanasi is incomplete without the holy men who come here to seek salvation, to seek enlightenment and have a spiritual experience. We call these holy men sadhus, the ascetics. Another Golden Eagle experience is that we take you to this rooftop at a hotel called Bridge Rama on the banks of the river Ganges to enjoy our morning breakfast overlooking the holy river Ganges. From Varanasi, we will be taking you to Siliguri, where we get down from our Deccan Odyssey train and we drive to the station to board Darjeeling Himalayan Rail, another experience about the steam engine. And the Darjeeling Himalayan Rail is actually another World Heritage. Darjeeling certainly is famous for its tea plantations, but from the plains of West Bengal, Siliguri, we take you to the altitude of 6,700 feet above sea level. So in December and February, the average temperature minimum is 3 degrees Celsius or 37 degrees Fahrenheit, and maximum temperature is around 10 degrees Celsius or 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So this is where you need to be prepared with your woolens. So this is a country not about monuments, forts and palaces, sites. This is also about its people, its colors. This is the picture of the Darjeeling Himalayan Rail, which we take to go to Darjeeling. And on the following day, we also do another train trip to Ghum. We also visit a Buddhist monastery. And talking about religions in my country, almost 80% of us are Hindus. The largest minority is of the Muslims, forming around 15%. We have other minority groups, Christians, Jews, Parsis, Jains, and Sikhs. But we do not have any state religion, so we are a secular country since independence in 1947. We also visit Himalayan Mountaineering Institute and the Zoological Park, which is right there. Another beautiful experience of Darjeeling is, but to get this experience, we have to be very lucky with the weather, and we have to get up pretty early, somewhere around 4:30 in the morning. We go to a vantage spot to see the mountain ranges. It is called Tiger Hill. And on a clear day, you get to see the amazing view of Kanchenjunga. From Darjeeling, we drive almost 3 hours to Bagdogra Airport and take a flight to Calcutta, where we are booked to stay at Hotel Taj for next 2 nights, last 2 nights, I would say. Calcutta, the busyness of the city cannot be compared to any other part of this country. This is also called the literary capital of India because almost 5 Indians who received Nobel Prize have some or the other connection to the city of Calcutta. Calcutta was developed during the British time. In fact, during the East India Trading Company, it was a very important trading city. Plus, this was the capital before New Delhi was chosen by King George V in the year 1911. We visit Victoria Memorial Museum, which gives you an insight into the British Indian history. And when you look at this impressive grounds and the building, it's all in marble. We Square, which is actually the seat of power for the state government of West Bengal. Tram ride in Calcutta is a unique experience, and this is the only city in the country where it is still a mode of transportation. We also visit St. John's Church in Mumbai, which has great historical importance in the city of Calcutta. With this, we end up our tour in Calcutta, but there is a lot more what we show you and experiences which you have to have when you come to my country, India. So I will give you a small idea about, as most of us are at home during this time. So I would suggest India, which is also the city of Bombay, which is also called Bollywood. We are the largest producer of feature films in the world. Though most of our films have love stories where a boy and girl are running around the trees, singing songs, hero bashing up the villain, and finally a happy ending. But in this country, we have almost 90% arranged marriages. But these movies are very interesting, and I have chosen these 3 movies, which you can see the names right in front of you. 3 Idiots, it's actually a movie which talks about the obsession of Indian parents. If they are blessed with a daughter, they want her to be a doctor. And if they are blessed with a baby boy, they want him to be an engineer. So this is an obsession and the pressure which Indian parents put on their children to achieve what they want them to achieve. The second one here is Dangal. Dangal literally translated means a wrestling bout. So this is a real life story, a biopic about an Indian national wrestler who wanted to be an international wrestler, but somehow he couldn't. So he thought when he will be blessed with a boy, he would make him a wrestler of international fame. But he was blessed with 4 daughters. And this is a story about this wrestler who actually fulfills his dream by making his daughters wrestlers. And these girls have achieved a lot for this country. They have achieved that fame of being international wrestlers and earned many a medal for this country. And the third one, which is a lunchbox, when I was telling you about the unique food delivery system in Mumbai, Dabbawalas, who are known for their expertise and time management skills, and they hardly make any mistake when it comes to delivering these lunch boxes. This movie talks about the mistake a Dabbawala makes in delivering and how love develops between two people even without seeing each other. This is a very interesting left side, you see a man selling gulab jamuns. These are deep fried uh, cheese and dipped or rather soaked in sugar syrups. And on the right side, you can see the savories like the pani puri and the potato patty with all the other spices which are add-ons. However, we do not encourage our guests to eat street food in India, but when we go to the restaurants or in the hotels, you can actually experience some of these amazing sweets and savories. So here you can see a video clip how he's doing a samosa which is stuffed with potatoes. He's now putting chickpeas on the top. The chickpeas presentation is with the coriander. Now he's putting onions and coriander, some rice flakes, squeezing a lime, some salt and pepper goes over it. So, and on the right side, you get a picture of the cart. These kinds of carts are all over my country where people love to eat on the streets. And nothing is complete talking about India. And if I do not talk about the weddings, as I told you earlier, that almost 90% of the marriages in my country are arranged. And I also say in some of the villages, even today, you get to see your life partner on the wedding night. So either it could be a pleasant surprise or shock of your life, depending on the choice of your parents. But we Indians save for only two things in our life. One is the wedding of your daughter and a house of your own. So on the screen, on the left side, you see a band and then a groom sitting on a white mare, a female horse. And this procession goes on from one spot to the wedding venue. In this picture, you can see a bride. She's actually a famous Bollywood actress. This is her picture in her jewelry and the red dress. Usually for the bridal clothing, the color red or pink is considered to be auspicious. And on the right side, you see a bride and the groom going towards the wedding venue. In this last picture, you can actually see the wedding venue where the marriage is solemnized on the left side of your screen. And on the right side, you have a picture of a bride and the groom sitting on the stage where they are greeting and meeting their friends and relatives. So with this, I come to an end to this presentation on the Darjeeling Mail, and I invite you all to come and experience my country for yourself. Thank you and namaste. This is a picture of Deccan Odyssey, the train which we take for 7 nights, starting from Mumbai to Siliguri. So this is about some of the interiors. We have a lot to offer inside this train. We have 2 restaurant carts, and certainly Marina will be giving you more information about it. And the kind of food is served is amazing. We give options of international and Indian cuisine on the train.
So yeah, this is the deluxe class cabins that we have on board. So these are the entry-level cabins. We've got the 9 square meters in area, and we sleep 1 or 2 adults in either a twin bed formation or a queen size bed. So they're all air conditioned throughout, and everybody within the train has the same level of service. So everyone has complimentary tea, coffee, and mineral water throughout. We've also got a personal cabin attendant service that operates for all guests. So you can call on those at any time of the day if you'd like a cup of tea or a drink during the day whilst you're in your cabin. They can do that. And all of the accommodation on the train is en suite, so everyone has their own en suite bathroom within their compartment. And then if you want to go to the next one, Mahesh, we'll go through the presidential suites. So these presidential suites are the largest suites that we have on board the train. So they're 18 square meters in area, and they actually sleep up to 3 adults. So they're a 2-bedroom compartment, and they've got the king-size bed in 1 bedroom. They've also got a sofa bed, as you can see on the right-hand picture there, that opens out into a bed for a 3rd adult if you wish. Now within these presidential suites, there are actually 2 ensuite bathrooms with a separate shower cubicle in there as well, and they benefit from a private car and guide in all of the destinations that we visit. So that's an additional service that's complimentary within these presidential suites. And you also have the added benefits of a complimentary laundry service as well on board. So these suites are similar to the Imperial Suites, if you're familiar with our Golden Eagle train. The same type of services included within these cabins. And then if we got another slide there, Mahesh, I think we're just going to...
Here we are.
Yeah, just to talk about the restaurants on board. Now, obviously, Mahesh has spoken about the type of restaurants that we see off the train, but the actual restaurant on board the train is just as plentiful with, you know, international cuisine, but also traditional Indian cuisine that we serve on board this train. And we can cater for lots of different dietary requirements on board, but this is a highlight of the journey, especially as you're travelling through India. So we have lots of complimentary drinks that we serve on board, including wine and beer with lunch and dinner on board the train. You can seat 2 or 4 within the restaurant cars, so different table configurations within there. And it's a very relaxed, informal dining experience. So there's no sort of dress code at dinner. We say smart casual, and it's really about the sort of places that you're visiting rather than the idea of dressing up for dinner. So it's a nice, informal, relaxed environment. And as I said, we can cater for lots of different dietary requirements as well. So we do offer choices at meal times. I've just seen a question there pop up. We do offer meal choices. It's usually a couple of different dishes that we offer. So it's off a set menu, and you can choose from there. And then we'll just go through to the next slide, Mahesh. It's just to give you an idea of what's included within our tours. So that's what really sets our tours apart, is that we try and include everything from the moment you join us at the start of the tour to the end of the tour. And so we take care of everything, leaving very little additional spend for you. So as Mahesh mentioned, we offer accommodation at the start and at the end of your tour with us, which is a 5-star standard. And we use the Taj Hotel Group within India, which is one of the finest hotel groups within the country. Obviously, you've got your private ensuite rail accommodation on board, and breakfast, lunch and dinner included daily, on a daily basis, and that's all inclusive within the price, as are your drinks. Your off-train excursion program that Mahesh has kindly talked through is all fully inclusive within the program, and as well as additional freedom of choice touring within certain destinations, so you can tailor the itineraries to your preferences. That's a nice addition for that. As I said, we have a personal cabin attendant service on board. We also offer some fantastic welcome and farewell dinners that we have. As Mahesh mentioned, some of the extravagant dinners that we have with local entertainment and a real authentic experience that we offer in India. And like with all of our journeys, no matter where we operate in the world, we always have a UK registered doctor actually on board the train, who's available there for your peace of mind and can offer a complimentary service. And last but not least, all of the gratuities on board our trains are always included within the price. So as I said, we try and take care of everything for you from start to finish, so you can just sit back, relax and enjoy your tour with us. So fingers crossed, I think we've got Marina back in the room with us now. So I don't know if Marina, you want to finish off the presentation with any words for the guests who've joined us.
Thank you very much. It is strange weather here in Cheshire, and it is very windy. So I think my antenna probably at home with Wi-Fi is not doing very great. So anyway, I wish I would be in India instead now, rather than sitting at home in isolation in the UK. But it is a great memories of the train, great memories of the places that we visited. And I just wanted to say that Darjeeling Mail is the first time we have done about 10 years ago. Worked that tour for several years. Then we had a gap of our work in India, and last year we came back and started operating Darjeeling Mail tour again. So we have one more trip in India that we have put together, and that is southern India. So from Mumbai we go south and go through the fantastic culture, and it is very different to what we see in northern India. So India is a country where it is abundance of color, noise, smell, and you're never bored in there. It is a fantastic experience, and I would like to, in a not too distant future, to welcome you back on board of our trains, and I'm sure we'll have a fantastic time.